Hello, my friends, it's Dusty Sage, and I am back here at my favorite place on earth, Disneyland. And I am very lucky today because I just, I wander around and I run into people. And today I ran into
Oh my
Bob
God.
Gurr.
Oh my goodness, the Dusty sagebrush. Look. Well, it is a sagebrush.
It is a
Look at it, right.
I mean, it is.
Got dust all over. Why do you think it's gray?
Bob, where did we just go?
We went on the Haunted Mansion.
Yes,
we
we
got
did.
to see Christmas, Halloween, Terror, and all that crazy stuff, and listen to the worst music on the planet.
It's not that bad, but we broke down when we got into the ballroom with the gingerbread house, and we broke down right in front of the gingerbread house, which is the best spot to break down.
Absolutely. I love it when my machinery comes to a halt, especially if I'm on the attraction and it's the best spot in the park to be stuck. Oh, I went into sheer madness.
Well, luckily for you all, I took video of it and I'll share it later, but Bob had a moment. He figured, we're going to be broken down, I'm going to have some fun. And he started going on and on about the ghosts and how crazy it was. You'll get to enjoy it later. But from one haunted mansion that you worked on, you did build the machinery for this, didn't you?
Yes,
you designed the Doom Buggy.
The Omnimover.
The Omnimover system.
Which has a Doom Buggy on top of it.
That's right. And what was your first Omnimover?
Voyage through inner space. Everybody thinks it was first Haunted Mansion. No, historically, it was the Voyage through inner space. They were the blue bodies. This one turned into the black.
The black bodies, the Doom bodies.
Right.
We're going to have one at the Garner Holt event at the end of the month, one of your original Doom Buggy shells, and people will be able to take a picture in it.
Oh, it's the best photo op set, back set you could possibly
Now, you
get.
weren't, you're not going to be able to be at Garner's event this year. You were last year.
I go to Mexico on a ship every year for 20 years so I can have my birthday at sea.
Well, we're going to wish you a happy birthday now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Bop, 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 bop. And so we're going to wish him an early one because he's not going to be with us. But you can be at the Garner Holt event. It's at the end of the month. And there's an article right now in my chat at the top of the site about the Garner Holt event. Read all about it. Go. And you'll find out a lot of neat things. But you could see Mr. Bob at another event that I am doing with Haunted OC. And on Halloween night, you and I are going to do a ghostly gathering at Walt Disney's actual Haunted Mansion in the Hollywood Hills.
We will bring some new ghosts that you've never seen and never heard. I think I know some Bela Lugosi stuff.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to this. So
Yeah.
you can get your tickets. Just go to hauntedoc.com and you'll see a picture of a haunted house at the top. That's Walt Disney's Mansion. Click on that. You'll see all the dates. We are doing history tours by day throughout the month, ghost tours with candlelight at night throughout the month, and then on Halloween night, this fella, the Crypt Keeper from the Haunted Mansion, Mr. Bob Gurr, the one and only Crazy Bob Gurr. So come see him and snap up those tickets. Those are going to sell out instantly. Tickets just went on sale today. So,
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob. We always love running into you. And I tell you what, Mike is joining me today, so you get to be the new Bob Gurr.
Oh, there's some awfully big shoes to fill.
Look at that, passing the torch. Bob passing the torch to Mike. And Mike is also a mechanic of sorts, so you need to start inventing things, Mike.
I'll work on that.
Get to work. I'm turning this around, folks, so you're going to see my big finger. And just like that, you see where we are. We are back in New Orleans Square, and we're waving goodbye to Ernie and Mike and Bob. Bye, guys. Take care. And we're going to check on the construction right here at Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Got an early start on construction today.
Yes. They don't seem to do much construction during the day that you can see. Well, one
No.
thing I did notice, look, they've added tables to this bridge. So
They did.
I guess they don't have enough tables at Tiana's Palace. So they've added tables right here along the bridge. This very busy corridor, but you could sit here and have a non-relaxing meal. And let me turn around. I think I've got the sun right behind the mountain so you can see it. How cool was it, folks, for us to start off the video with Bob Gurr?
It was a great surprise.
Uh-huh. It was even a surprise to you, wasn't it?
It was.
In a little bit. Why don't you tell us what we're seeing, Mike? Because I know you've been taking pictures.
I have. I've been looking at, and it looks like more of the top of the mountains come off. So you can see more of the structure. If we go to the side where you can see a few things, I actually got a different vantage point also where.
From which side do you want us to go? This
well,
side?
From right here right now is fine, but where I got the interesting view was from the deck of the Hungry Bear.
Oh.
But there's definitely more of the mountain missing on the top.
And you'll have those pictures on Monday.
I sure will.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So they really have. You can see into the mountain itself there at the top, folks. You see beams. That's inside the mountain, which means all that rock work has been removed. So not just the tree stump at the top, but the actual red rocks that were all around. It really makes me wonder what it's going to look like. So if they're removing that much rock, they don't need to make it look exactly the same again. Why would they remove it at all?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're going to make it exactly the same. We've seen the drawings of it, what it might look like. But
Like a salt mine.
Salt mine, the salt dome. So maybe they're flattening it out on top. But I did see something interesting in like where the old briar patch used to be a little bit. So we'll see what that looks like.
So Nancy was saying, "Oh my God, Bob Gurr, I'm gobsmacked." Well, let me tell you, Nancy, he's one of the sweetest men alive. We've been working with Bob for years and years. He actually was an author on Mice Chat for about 2 years, and he wrote dozens of articles about his history. And we've just remained good friends. We've traveled on ships all over the world. We like to do some cruises. He went on a Mediterranean cruise with the Mice Chatters. So we had a huge group of Mice Chatters, and we went through the Mediterranean. And when we got to Pompeii, Bob said, "I'll do the tour of Pompeii. I'm an expert because I was here when they built the place." Which was pretty cool. So today, Bob and I were actually at an event in the new Discovery Tower at the Disneyland Hotel, which is also called the Villas at the Disneyland Hotel. And Bob was speaking, and Garner Holt, and I was there helping. And we decided to go to the park in between panels. And we rode Haunted Mansion. We went up to the new DVC Lounge. Bob got to meet Darth Vader. I have video of that. So we're gonna have a lot of fun stuff in the Monday update, not to be missed.
Definitely not.
Speaking of Haunted Mansion, let's look at this line, Mike. 65-minute line on a Friday, and this queue all the way around Magnolia Gardens in that beautiful fountain, which is why they're ripping all this out in January.
They gotta do something.
As soon as the Haunted Mansion holiday overlay closes, and we think it's going to be delayed until the end of January, so probably going to keep Mansion open late into January. But when it finally does close, all of this that you see here will be ripped out. They might be able to save some of the trees, but sadly, some of these big old trees are going to be lost, and they are going to build an extended queue for Mansion so that they can hold the crowds better. And then a little bit of seating over here for Tiana's Palace. And you were here yesterday?
I was here yesterday.
And we've been lamenting how long the lines are for Tiana's, but all of a sudden...
I have not seen a line at all today either.
So you can get in.
You can get in, and what's interesting is yesterday when I tried to get a mobile order, because I figured, oh, there's no way I'm going to stand in line for, however long it is, wrapped around to the mint julep bar and switchback. But I walked up and there were 4 people at the door. It took me about 20 minutes at the most to get my food, and as soon as I walked out, I didn't even have to hunt for a table. It was right there.
So it's only 5 o'clock, a little after, and usually, it's early for dinner, but not that early for a theme park, and there's no one in line, so, hello! We're gonna go in for a second here and show you what the inside looks like. How about that? Mike can actually get me a beignet. Hello, our adorable friend here. Look at this. The thing I love about Tiana's Palace is the whole place is so gorgeously decorated. There's a picture of Tiana and her daddy. Some notes from various people to Tiana. So there are things to explore when you're in here. And then my favorite spot in the whole restaurant, right over here, you see the coat for Tiana's mother, you see Tiana's hat and coat, her daddy's hat, chapeau. think it's really nice what they've done in here. Beautiful mural over here of the fireflies. Beautiful firefly mural in there.
I love this blue ceiling to
Isn't
stained
that
glass.
pretty? And they actually make the beignets here, and they fill them right here in-house. And they're selling a special platter right now. See the frog on a lily pad, and it has a little lotus cup, and it's your beignet plate. I mean, that was really a walk-on. Not only was there no line outside, there was no one inside.
And look, tables.
I mean, you would expect more tables for the number of people that were in line, but still, you can find a spot to sit, which has been the big problem since it opened. I have a feeling they're going to have to adjust that menu to be a little less spicy. One of the reasons why it's probably not packed, because a lot of people wanted to see the restaurant. It was absolutely packed for weeks and weeks. But the reason it's not packed on a fairly busy day, Haunted Mansion had an hour wait, I think it's because people look at the menu and think, not sure. Mm-hmm. It's really good, folks. There are plenty of things on that menu that aren't spicy. You can have the beef po' boy, the 7 greens gumbo is not too spicy, but it is, I think that is the problem. There's just too much spicy things on the menu for the average theme park goer.
I think so too.
Now today we do need to make a brief stop in Tomorrowland because that construction on Space Mountain, even Bob turned to me and he said, "Whoa, are they building coaster track outside the mountain?" And of course they're not, but the scrims and the construction scaffold sure do look like track.
They do.
So tell us, Mike, the Mark Twain down here is obviously being refurbished.
It is.
It's back there. I'll zoom in a little bit, folks.
It almost looks like there's new paint on the very back on the trim.
It's hard for me to zoom today for some reason, but you can see the ship a little better there. The whole thing is completely tarped up, and then they're running instead the Columbia, and they're doing a show on the river, new show at night. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that frog show they're doing?
I have not seen it. I'm going to hopefully
stay
see it
tonight to see it?
I will.
It's really good, Mike. It's only 3 minutes long, but it's really cute. They've done some new animation of a frog, and he lives in a bayou. It's not one of the frogs from Princess and the Frog, but he doesn't look unlike those frogs.
Okay.
And he hears the sounds from the big city of New Orleans in the distance, and he wants to go and see it for himself. And he gets there, and there's jazz music playing, and it's wonderful, but it's only 3 minutes.
I mean, 3 minutes is perfect for my attention span.
Yeah.
So.
And it's the same artist. You remember when they were doing those chalk drawings in downtown Disney?
Yes.
Something, her last name is Sweet.
Oh, yes.
And she's really sweet. She's a sweet lady.
She is.
In addition to her last name being Sweet. She's the artist on that animation.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was really neat that they hired somebody that they work with regularly here in the parks.
And it's amazing where she came from. If I remember correctly, it's the same artist.
She works with Disney Entertainment Department, I think,
yes.
in the prop shop area.
Yes, that's what it is.
This is the Treehouse, which is also very exciting.
The wheels running.
Oh, it is, Mike. I'm so excited. This is really cool.
The wheels running and the little track
was earlier.
Was earlier, yes.
You know what I'm going to say, Mike?
What?
Big wheel, keep on turning.
Yeah.
Proud Dusty, keep on burning. And there's a worker there with his hands on the fences trying to get into our shot. See them there?
I see, yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
Excited to see some movement on this attraction today. Ran into my foot on purpose. That's funny.
You think she did that on purpose?
Oh, no, she did it on purpose.
Hey, Dusty.
Hello. That is so much fun. Folks, I can't wait for this to wrap up. It needs to wrap up. It feels like the longest construction project. I think they've been working on this longer than Galaxy's Edge. I think it took them longer to build this than it did Galaxy's Edge.
I think so. It looks like they just have that staircase. You can see a few things
but I'm ready.
I'm
right.
sure so many people are ready for this to open up.
You know, I'm gonna do something special on this video if we can make it work. If we can be quick enough, Mike.
Yes.
We're gonna have to really be quick.
Okay.
There's a little event going on in the new 2-story Grand Villa Suite at the Discovery Tower, and I'm supposed to be there at 6. It would help me if we take the video all the way there, but if we get there in time before 6, we can sneak in with the video still running, and then everybody watching can see the new Grand Villa.
Oh, that'd be great.
How do you all feel about that? Give me a like, a thumbs up, a comment. Let me know if you would like to see the interior of the 2-story Grand Villa Suite at the Disneyland Hotel. Talk about an amazing video, right? We saw Bob Gurr.
And in come the thumbs ups.
We got to see the wheel moving on the treehouse. You get to see everything new and be here with Mike and I, and hopefully we're going to be able to see the Grand Villa.
I was incredibly impressed with that suite.
Oh, it was, yes, beyond exciting. In fact, Garner Holt is there. He was there last night as well, and we were sitting out on the balcony chatting before one of the panels.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, what do you think it would cost for me to just move in here?
Right?
I mean, everybody wants to know that. Like, would that be an option? Is that an option? It's huge. It's larger than most people's homes.
Thousands a night.
And thousands of square feet. So
Right.
it justifies it.
Oh, for sure.
Lots of people can stay there. I think that the big suite, all the rooms are large. All the rooms have double queen beds and a couch, and the couch sleeps 2 more.
And then
So
each room
just
has
in the
its own
3
bathroom.
bedrooms, you can, what is that? That's 6, 12,
a lot of
18,
people.
18. As you know, folks, my math skills are stellar. So I think you sleep 18 people just in the 3 bedrooms, and then
Right.
some of the couches in the living room fold out, you sleep people there. But the bathrooms are big enough that you could have 3, 4 people in the bathrooms.
I follow him.
Oh, hello.
Follow you.
Hi.
I read it religiously.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
50 years of Disney for us.
Oh, 50 years
Wow.
of
60 actually.
Well,
what? You're not 60 years
I'm
old.
63.
You are?
No.
No way.
and I'm 39 again.
Yes.
No, I
That's
love
what-
your. I
That's
love
my
your.
daughter.
I love your page, and I love that you give all the details.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
So helpful. Seriously.
It's so sweet when people, take the time to let us know, because it's a lot of work
Well, I
and
saw
running
you
through the
from
parks.
behind, and I'm like, I don't see you a lot because you don't put you. But I'm like, I think it's him, but I'm not sure.
But you recognize the tall guy in the crowd?
No, I thought you were doing this, and I thought maybe, and I had to ask. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I love it, and I've told my friends, because I do have friends that love Disney. I go, you got to follow him because he gives you the updates, and he has his ins, and
And then
it's
she
very,
comes in and says, guess what? They're going
And
to
then
do
I
it."
tell
Oh my
people
gosh.
because of things that you cycled through. Did you know they're going to do this, or did you know they got rid of that, or did you know they're going to change this? So I really appreciate it.
So I hope you're all listening to that. So the thing here is you have to watch every Friday at 5, right? To get all the Disney insights so that you can tell your friends. And then when you leave a party, they're like, gosh, she wouldn't stop talking about Disney the whole time. And that could be my fault.
I love it.
But you have to watch this video, so look it up on YouTube when you get, later to a place where you can do that, because we started with Bob Gurr, the legendary Imagineer. So you don't want to miss that.
Cool.
Yes, but thank you so much. What are your names?
Mary and Tim.
Mary and Tim. Well, it's lovely to meet you both.
Same. Thank you. Thank you for doing it. So many people love it. So many people read it literally, like religiously, to know what's up.
You're making me cry. Now my sunscreen is getting into my eyes. Thank you so much.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Really.
Very sweet. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your stay at Disneyland.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Oh, very, very, very sweet. I'm tearing up. Like, that is... It's been a long road, folks. Been doing this for many, many years, and a lot of late nights. In fact, last night, because I was at that event until 9, and then people were chatting until early morning hours. And I didn't get home until like almost midnight. I had to stay up until 3:30 working on an article about Moana's Journey of Water at Epcot. And then I wrote the article about the Garner Holt event, and then I had to leave and go straight to this event. So I didn't sleep last night. So I'm doing this live video on adrenaline.
Burning the
And
candle
then
at
she
both
said
ends
those,
and in the middle.
and then questioning myself the whole time, like, why am I doing this? And then she said those lovely words, and that is, of course, why I do it, because people do appreciate it, I think.
Yes. Thank you.
It's so lovely. Kathleen says she sets an alarm to watch the videos. She sets it for 4:30, so it gives her 30 minutes to prepare.
Nice.
So she can make her popcorn, get on the couch, put her fuzzy slippers on.
Well, we certainly appreciate her watching too.
You all were missing Mike there for a while because he was up in San Francisco on a work project, but he did get to go to the Walt Disney Family Museum. Now, you had never seen it before.
I had never seen it before. I had never been to the Presidio before.
And what was your opinion of the museum?
I thought it was really interesting. I enjoyed going through the history, I mean, from birth to death. And
it's not
very
like a
inform-
regular museum. It's got a
No.
lot of pizzazz, a lot
It
of
does.
production value.
It does.
It feels like a Disney quality thing, even though it wasn't built by Disney. It was built by
Right.
Walt Disney's daughter.
Right, and then there's also their special exhibit on the backside in the Diane
neat.
Disney's exhibit hall for dogs and cats.
Oh, the dogs and cats, and I have not seen that. And how is it?
I thought it was interesting. It started off with, where Walt Disney and his family started off with dogs, and he had animals his entire life.
I grew up on
Essentially.
farms, you
Yep.
you have to have animals.
So for him, it seemed like it was important to have animals in his cartoons, and
And they were a lot of barnyard animals.
a lot of barnyard
Some
animals.
of my favorite Disney characters are those early ones, like Clarabelle Cow. And, yeah, I love those. Even Peg-legged Pete.
Oh yeah,
Peg-leg.
peg leg.
They are still working on the spaceship here for DVC. It's not going away, it's just being refurbished. They pulled all the lighting out. See that, Mike? Remember
Yes.
last week we said the lights are still going. Well, they're not now.
They're certainly gone
because
now.
they have been removed.
Yes.
To point at things on the way as we're walking, just interesting parts of the park. I mean, we love the Mickey neon here. So he flies through and then eventually animates all the way across. Really pretty at night.
I think
and
out
then
of
we're
all the
here in
neon, the
Construction
park is my
Land,
favorite.
Mike. Look at
Well,
this. It's
yep.
a massive refurbishment. Like, we're not used to seeing this when they refurbish Space Mountain. Usually it's all on the interior, sometimes on the cone itself if they're painting, but they don't really need to put scaffolds up to paint because they use the ropes and that platform usually. But this is unique. I'm going to zoom in for you folks.
I think that this is possibly a new requirement. This might be an OSHA thing that they're doing.
But look at how the scrims over here, they're all the way on the side.
Yep.
And then all the way across the patio where they do queue people. And then over here on the side above Starcade where they're queuing people inside now.
Right.
They did turn that into some sort of a queue, a little bit of queue for the folks.
It makes me curious what they're going to do with the compass that's on the floor up on top. If that's going to stay, if it's going to be renewed, or if
Well,
they're going to do something different.
there are structural issues with that whole roof area. So
Right.
that is the roof above this theater right here, which hasn't shown anything since
years.
the parks reopened.
Uh-huh.
But that used to be many things. Captain EO was in there, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Magic Eye Theater stuff. So the early 4D films were in there. And the roof is not that stable. At some point they realized that they couldn't queue people up in the center part of the roof. And so that's why when you're up there queuing, you're only queuing around the edges. But the Starcade still sits empty below. Above, it's just a queue for Space Mountain. It would be a great space for a little restaurant or lounge.
For sure.
A lot of people would love to eat up there, and they could have it open to Space Mountain on one side, have the whole interior look like a little space station with a view into space.
That would be awesome.
Would be wonderful, especially since they have that lovely space restaurant in Epcot.
Well, if they had the DVC lounge in the old carousel building, it'd be great to see a Magic Key lounge or something in that space.
So, aside from the dogs and cats, the Walt Disney Family Museum, you get to that one point where there's a long hallway with windows, and you look out and you see
Yeah. You see the Golden Gate Bridge. You see the Presidio. It's beautiful. I mean, and I just happened to be there when the weather was perfect. From what I've been told, it's kind of hard to get that really great of a view this time of year.
Because it's foggy?
Because of the fog. The clouds are always rolling in and out. And I just happened to get some really good shots lucky day.
Wow. Yeah, that is really an incredible museum. And then once you see the Golden Gate Bridge, you would think, oh, that's the highlight of the whole museum. Well, it isn't.
Oh, no.
The highlight happens next.
Right.
Because you turn the corner and you're on these windy catwalks, kind of like you see here in Star Tours, where you go in and they have the windy catwalks that are above the ground. And they have that in the museum. And you wind your way down to a kind of fantasy model of Disneyland.
Yep.
And it is clearly Disneyland with all the Disneyland things you know, but it's the fantasy version because they kind of have various things from different eras in that one model. So it's not any one period in time, which I really like. Like, who would have thought to do that? Like, usually people pick 1955 or 1986 or something, but they don't have the best things from all the eras. It's a really cool model, and I do love it. But then sadly, after you leave that room, it's very quick until you get to the saddest room of them all, and that is the news that Walt Disney has passed. And they show all the different newspaper clippings and
all
things.
The artwork.
The people from all over the world who are just traumatized by the death of Walt Disney, and the museum has all of that on display. It's very emotional. And then you go into this video room with just people talking about Walt, images of Walt, and nobody leaves without completely wet eyes. And I came out of the room, I was crying, and some woman says to me, "No, don't feel bad, everyone cries."
Oh.
I'm like, okay, thank you. And the gift shop is right there. So everybody enters the gift shop with big, giant, red, swollen eyes. But nothing makes you want to buy Walt Disney merchandise more than crying about Walt Disney. Yeah, they found a great way to make money on it.
Now, the interesting thing about that gift shop is they actually have a full-size multi-plane camera on display there.
Oh yeah, it's one of only a couple of places that has it. They have, they have a few things there that you find in a couple other places. So they have the multi-plane camera, which you can also see if you do a tour of the Disney Studios, because it's just outside of the Disney Archives. And then they have a bench from the Griffith Park where Walt used to sit and watch his girls go around on the carousel. But they have another one of those benches here at Disneyland.
It's in the Opera House.
But at the Family Museum, you can actually sit on it.
Yeah.
It's in that hallway that looks out towards the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a neat thing. So it's clearly still Halloween here. But you know what? We're already running articles on Mice Chat about Christmas.
Christmas.
Because Christmas merchandise has arrived. And we have all the news about candlelight. And people have been going nuts. That article just blew up this week. So we have all the narrators for Florida, and then info on dates and times for California. And we're speculating on who might be the narrator at Disneyland. I'm pretty sure it won't be me.
Oh, well, now I'm disappointed.
Could be you still, Mike.
Me? I mean, if they're not picking you, they're not picking me.
But if you're not in a Marvel movie or something like that, it's probably not going to be you, Mike.
Probably not.
Don't get your hopes up.
What if I was an extra?
Is there Christmas merchandise in here that we can see or not?
There is.
Can we pop in really fast? Where do you know where in there it is?
I sure do. And it's actually a pretty condensed in a very small area, so there's not really too much to see.
We're going to hurry because I still need to get us over to the villa.
It is straight back that way. You see the shirts on the mannequins up on top of the displays, the red and the
right
blue.
by the outside wall. Got it. Some fun Halloween stuff, some new Coco stuff that I don't remember seeing before. I do love this train. This is a Christmas train.
Yeah.
And look at this. They have a menorah lounge fly, and it lights up.
It does. And not only does it light up, but when you push the button on the inside, the middle one lights up.
Yeah, and then
the
one by one.
One by one they light up.
Yep, so you can have the correct number of candles lit each day. This train is everything very vintage, Holiday Express. Even the box is vintage. I do like this. That's huge.
Yeah, that is.
Kids stuff, here's kind of the new pattern for the Spirit jersey. It's the kid size, but similar for adults.
And in the front, it just has the...
It's all kind of nostalgic and vintagey, which you would expect. Colors of red and green, again, what you would expect. Here's the Christmas lounge fly. It's interesting.
Stitch moves.
Oh, look at that, Stitch moves, okay. Don't know how necessary that was, but it's okay. I'm not overwhelmed yet. I'm ready for them to do something a little more fun than this, and I'm hopefully when the main merchandise shows up, there'll be more exciting stuff. They're just trying to get more revenue going because everybody that was going to buy something for Halloween bought it already. It's been out since August.
It's my favorite time of the year.
Drew Tabernac on the left. He used to be one of the rabbits during that dance. What was the Wonderlandish dance party they used to do at DCA? Do you remember the name of it? What was it called?
Oh, the Mad Tea Party?
Mad Tea Party. And Drew was one of the Mad Hatters. He's also a Dapper Dan. We're going to have a group of former Dapper Dans performing at the Garner Holt event at the end of the month. So I have that event on the 28th out at Garner Holt. Not to be missed, folks. Incredible dinner. We have a panel of some of the only remaining Imagineers who worked on the original Haunted Mansion. Plus, we have Kim Irvine, whose mother is Madame Leota in the Haunted Mansion, whose father helped build Disneyland. And then when they did Haunted Mansion Holiday, she became Madame Leota in Haunted Mansion Holiday. And she's, of course, legendary Imagineer herself. We also have Raleigh Crump's son. He's going to be there, Garner himself, and some other amazing people. We have an incredible silent auction filled with stuff that's to die for. And Tanya Norris, one of the original Imagineers, who worked on Haunted Mansion and the purple wallpaper with eyes and all of that. She's doing something special. She's setting up Tanya's attic. And she has all this jewelry and stuff from her house. She recently moved into a retirement home. And so she has all this incredible stuff from her collection and that she has found for the event as well. And you're going to dicker with her. So you go into into the store and give her a price and she'll say, oh no, I couldn't part with it for that. Or, are you kidding? You're paying me too much. And you'll be able to get to know Tanya by bargaining with her. That's actually, I've worked with Tanya for years. That's kind of a scary thought. It's perfect for Halloween. How much money do you have in your wallet? That'll be perfect. We're out here in downtown Disney now. We're between the two parks. I guess it's technically really the Esplanade. The Esplanade. We're not going into California Adventure today. We probably could have walked through California Adventure and then across the street to get to the Disneyland Hotel, but it's more fun to go through downtown Disney. More stuff going on over here. Very little going on at California Adventure right now.
Say very little. I mean, outside of a new character in Avengers Campus,
it's a character from the new Loki show, right?
Yes.
Is it Loki or Loki?
Loki.
Loki.
Other than that, when I walked through California Adventure earlier, it's just hot.
Yeah. The new Loki show premiered on Disney Plus yesterday, season 2. I shouldn't say new because it's season 2. A very popular show, clever because the character kind of leaping through different time branches and changes. So there are different forms of him as the show progresses.
Almost sounds like the old Quantum Leap.
It is like Quantum Leap in a way, but the Marvel-ish version.
With a Marvel twist, definitely.
It's like I'm looking into the screen here, Mike, and it's like, look into the spectral light.
Ooh, are we walking towards the light?
Don't look into the light. I would normally take you through World of Disney there, but we have no time. I've got to get the sun out of my eyes. I cannot even see. I don't even know where we are anymore.
I think fortunately if we take a few steps to the left, we'll be okay.
Yes. I can see again.
Oh.
Bob Gurr was so cute when we got into the stretching room. He's like, "Where are you?" He's like, "I've got old eyes. They take minutes to adjust."
Oh.
And then he said, "That's something to look forward to when you're my age." Oh boy, I'm looking forward to it.
Which is funny because my optometrist just warned me about that a couple of months ago, and I'm going, but I'm not that old.
I'm not old enough to have that happen. And Bob walked over with me from the hotel earlier, and we walked by all this, and he said, "Oh, it's so spooky." He said, "Wow, Disney got scary."
I think this is my favorite art that they've done in recent years.
It's definitely scarier. I like it.
I like it too. I like
Not
the colors
everyone
and-
does, apparently. Been a lot of controversy about it this year, but not for me. Hey, look at this.
Well, that jack-o'-lantern is definitely spookier than
Oh yeah,
normal.
Jack-o'-lantern definitely wants to kill Mickey. Mickey's afraid of it, but then look at the characters. Pluto's gone bad. He's going to bite Minnie. She's scared. And then Goofy's like, "Gorge, I'm going to get away." It's really a different style.
That's kind of a scary way to look at Pluto.
Oh yeah, he's definitely got rabies.
Right?
I think
I like how they finally put like the pumpkins' normal colors out again.
I learned today that Bob likes Donald Duck.
Oh.
There's a piece of artwork in the Disney Gallery from Alex Mayer, who's an old friend, but it's of Donald Duck on the fire engine, and Bob built the fire engine. In fact, he told the story about it this morning at the event. And then we got in the Disney Gallery, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, that's serendipity. We just talked about it, and there it is, new piece of art from Alex Mayer with Donald Duck." And he says, "And my favorite character is Donald Duck because he's a rascal." Just like Bob. Rascal.
Just like Bob.
Yep.
Yep. It feels like it's just as busy out here downtown Disney as it was.
So did yesterday feel more crowded to you than today?
I think so. Well, it depends. It like what we normally say. It ebbed and flowed in certain areas.
Yeah, but the park wasn't overly crowded today.
No,
Like
in fact,
Haunted Mansion had a long line because it's almost Halloween, but a lot of the lines, like the line for Star Tours was under 20 minutes. There was no one in line at all for
Right.
Astro Orbiters. A lot of the lines were short-ish for a Friday.
well, especially for a Friday when there's a major attraction like Space Mountain, that's a high capacity
closed,
roller
right.
coaster that's down.
Right. Well, and another one, Splash Mountain also down, right?
Yep.
So they have two major e-tickets down, but still the park isn't crazy. Coming up on some more construction over here. A little destruction is going on.
Looks like it's starting to kind of come back together.
It is. You can see the little brackets for the shade structure have been put in
And they
there.
painted it too.
Yep. And you see some new shade structures going in on the balcony up above.
Yep.
And you can see how they've blown out the inside of the tower. So what's funny is on the far side, they closed the tower. They put in a ceiling above the home store so that the restaurant can be stretched over the home store and over Wonderground. So the restaurant's going to be expanded. But on the closer side here, they blew out the ceiling to make an atrium. So they took one atrium away and they created another one. Did
Mark
I just see some
Ferguson.
love from Mark?
Mark sent us 100 stars.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much, Mark. We really appreciate it. Special video today, so really appreciate the love and support there.
So Andrew's asking, is the new Paseo restaurant taking over the Sprinkles area as well, or is something else going to go there?
No, it's a great question. So yes, Sprinkles is gone. It is part of the expansion for Paseo. I'm going to show you over here.
Paseo's going to be huge, I think.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
much larger than the old Catal.
For sure.
So the only things that remain on this side are Love Pop and Pele, which you see over here, and then you'll see the walls are blown out for the two spaces next to it, which are all now expansion for Paseo. So the downstairs area of Paseo will be bigger than the downstairs area that Catal used to have. and then the round central bar where Uva Bar used to be will be called Centrico. Yep, exactly the same size as the old restaurant, but with better shade.
So the question is Paseo going to have more capacity than what Tortilla Joe's has?
So it could very well be why they're expanding it so much, because we know that Tortilla Joe's is going to have to close here. So sometime around the time that Paseo and Centrico opens, this gigantic Tortilla Joe's facility will close and eventually become something new, or possibly, Mike, this is sort of in the expansion zone for Disneyland Forward where the third park is going. So just about everything from here back is potentially area that could be taken over by the third park.
So now, does that mean if we're talking about the third park, the current downtown Disney monorail station, is that still going to be a way to enter the park, or is that going to be a way to enter the new park?
It will be a way to enter that zone near the new park. So it's still Disneyland Hotel monorail, Downtown Disney monorail, could be third park monorail. But this part of the third park will be open to the public. So this walkway we're on will stretch all the way back to the new Disneyland Hotel Tower, and you won't need an admission ticket to get through this area. So the theme park will have clever gates that you'll be able to use your Magic Band or another form of ticket to get into the theme park areas, but there will be communal areas that are open to everybody.
Speaking of Magic Band, I can't wait till when they make the Magic Band able to put my credit card information on, so I can stop pulling my wallet out of my pocket when I go shopping. I would love to see that.
They need to do that soon.
If
they want to make all of the money from Mike, they need to make it digital, because when Mike sees $1, he doesn't give it up.
Then I can say, take my money. I saw them working over here today. They were putting concrete up on the ceiling of this over the gazebo thing.
So right here, monorail station's been closed for most of the day, but not because it's broken.
Nope.
But because it was 90 degrees. So when we started our video today, it was 90. Hot.
Yep.
Too hot for the monorail, which Bob says, because when they rebuilt his beautiful monorail, they built a new one that was heavier and meant that they couldn't put air conditioning in it. And no air conditioning means that on a hot day, you have to close the monorail. So here is all the new construction over here. This is the new stage. Over here by Mirabel, you see behind her the big giant building with a cinder block. That is going to be shopping and dining. And then the swoopy building back there is Din Tai Fung. And over here are the Scarolers. We have got to keep moving, folks, because we have somewhere we need to be. We have to get in there before 6 so you can see that suite, because they're going to start their next presentation at 6, and I can't unfortunately take you into the presentation because she sold tickets to it, and you can imagine how much that cost her. She rented out the 2-story Grand Villa to do events for 2 days. The people paid top dollar, so I don't want to give any of that away, but I'll tell you, it was amazing. Unfortunately, even poor Mike, he's going to be able to go in with me for like 1 second, and then
turn right back.
He has to leave before they start saying, "Hey, wait a minute."
That's okay. I'll just go to Trader Sam's and
drink his sorrows away.
Drink
so
my
I'm
sorrows
going to
away.
be out on the balcony looking down at him, and he'll be down there drinking his tiki drink with tears in his eyes.
That's just a pathetic view.
Oh, my salted tiki drink. So they finally got the Sorcerer's Hat completely out from behind construction walls there.
That's definitely got fresh paint all over it. Looks nice.
It's been bedazzled.
It has.
Very shiny. You can see all the sparkles and the stars over here.
Margie says it was under 75 degrees this past Monday. Yeah, it certainly has warmed up, hasn't
It
it?
was a weird week. We had a cold day that felt like I needed to wear a sweater.
Right.
And then 2 days later, we hit almost 90.
And then we're going to be at 90 tomorrow, 90 on Sunday apparently. And it's not going to cool off until Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday.
I'm going to see a little bit of the pool area over here.
Today would be a perfect day for the pool, that's for certain.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
Oh yeah.
Let's get my swimsuit and do a big giant cannonball off the pathway here. Misjudge the amount of space between the pathway and the pool, and then likely just hit the concrete.
That would be like one of those funniest video things.
I'd end up on TikTok. I'd end up as one of those Tic Tac videos.
Tic Tac video. I wonder if they even have the fireplace going today. Oh, they sure
They
do.
never turn that fireplace off.
I don't think they do.
Hot days, cold days, there's always need for fire.
It's a nice ambience.
That's right.
Did I say that right? Ambience? Ambiance?
The ambience. Pretty over here right now. The cannas are blooming.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
The monorail.
So Trader
slides.
Sam's over here. There's always a line of people waiting for Trader Sam's. They expanded the amount of seating here by the fire that Mike was talking about. They're doing a little construction here by the pool, and we think they're adding cabanas. Of course they are, because they can charge for cabanas.
And people get fooled by Trader Sam's. It's always best to at least come check. If you want to go, check in.
It's always worth checking to see if it's got. Don't just assume it's full.
Right.
Okay. It's a good tip, Mike, because I just don't even try anymore, unless somebody else has been waiting for hours. There's the monorail slides. Of course, again, a Bob Gurr connection, because he invented those monorails. The slides are inspired by his original monorails. And he's like, they built a whole pool themed to my monorail. It's true, they did.
They did.
They're so iconic, and he talks about them very disparagingly. He says, they're terrible technology, not very efficient. The tires underneath them blow out. They get stuck all the time. But they're so beautiful and so modern looking that they've become Disneyland iconic. Couldn't possibly think about removing them.
Right.
Here's that beautiful sitting room down here in the Discovery Tower. Absolutely stunning area. And my favorite mural. We're gonna just take a second
Oh yeah.
to appreciate the artwork of this mural.
This air conditioning feels
Air,
wonderful.
I know. Like you, I walked in, I felt the air blow on me. I'm like, quickly, quickly, more air. So the church mices.
Okay.
So there's a big, giant kitchen area. Huge kitchen over here. I'll show you the dining room really fast. Really fast. This is the dining room. And we were actually eating in here earlier. Look, Haunted Mansion busts. They're not normally there. Kathy did that. And then the big, huge living room. So there's a party going on in here. So we're going to be inobtrusive. And I love that this wall is so expansive. You can see how it stretches all the way up. The big couches and chairs and things. And then this is the Bambi bedroom downstairs. You know it's Bambi because there's Bambi. And this is Bob Gurr's artwork on the bed that he's selling. So a lot of this stuff you're seeing in here is for the event. So Bob's attraction poster thing, for example, is all because of the event. So the room is much cleaner looking. Those Haunted Mansion posters you saw hanging above us over there also were brought in for the event. We'll go up really quick. And Bum, bum, bum. Now we're on the second floor. This is the Frozen Suite. Now we're up here. Those are the backside of the stretching room banners. And here's the living room we saw below from above. And you can see now that view, that view, that view.
Oh yeah.
Another huge suite. This one has 2 queen-size beds, a giant couch that pulls out. But what I love is it's the Frozen Suite, but it doesn't hit you over the head with Frozen. It's really background visuals. So you see the horse, kind of like a carved area, and you're not hit over the head with lots of Elsa.
Right.
There's Anna, but she's tiny. So it's really a pastoral scene. And then a huge bathroom in there as well. All of the televisions in the bedrooms for the whole entire tower have these cutouts. And the cutouts pertain to the characters in the room. So these are all symbols from Frozen. And then you'll see something similar in the Moana suite. Ladies and gentlemen, there's David Dirks. Wave to everybody, David. And then this is the beautiful Moana suite there. And you can see carved wall and beautiful symbols from Moana there. These people in there, so we use it. But that is going to be it, folks. We've laughed, we've cried, we've met Bob Gurr, we've traveled all over Disneyland, we walked through downtown Disney, you got to see the incredible, gigantic, brand new suite here at the newest tower of the Disneyland Hotel, the villas at the Disneyland Hotel, and I really love this hotel. So if you want to stay here, it's probably best to get DVC points or borrow some from somebody or buy some. Or you can book for cash, but it's very expensive and not very readily available. You did find some dates available.
Like in January, February is about what I found.
So it is possible, and you can find that, of course, through MiceCheck's ticket partners, Getaway Today. Just visit any page of MiceCheck, click on Getaway Today, and then search for the Discovery Tower, which is its other name. So it is the villas at the Disneyland Hotel, but here at the hotel complex, they call it the Discovery Tower. And I think that is just about it. I'm just going to say goodbye to everybody here. And I really appreciate you all joining me. See, I really exist. I do show up on camera. We're so lucky to have Mike Kindrich with us. He's the new Bob Gurr.
Oh.
The new Bob. Look at that.
Those
Looks just like him.
Look just like him.
I'll see you all again real soon. Don't forget to check in on Monday. We have an epic Monday update for you. See you all again. I promise. Real soon. Bye-bye.